Heyo,
my
planet
coaster
friends,
welcome
back
to
another
episode
of
Park
Spotlight. We don't know where this is gonna go from here, but we're gonna figure it out. Today,
we
are
going
on
a
scurvy
mateys,
adventure.
so
Stay
tuned
and
let's
check
it
out. Please don't unsubscribe.
Are you landlubbers?
I got a head rush. I'm gonna pass out.
Our mateys, hit the subscribe button down below.
Like and stuff.
Come and join our Discord.
I'm such a leprechaun. Let's begin the episode. All right, today we are looking at Zell.
Kapt'n Graubarts Abenteuerland.
Read it
Or
out.
translated, Kapt'n Graubart's Adventureland.
Okay.
And it's made by Kalypso, a subscriber, so come join us
On
in
Discord.
That's what the leprechaun said. And here they say, welcome to Kapt'n Graubart's Adventureland. This pirate park offers everything a pirate's heart desires. 4 themed areas: Pirates Bay, Jungle Land, Caribbean Village, and a pirate fortress. Do not be landlubbers and plunge into adventure. It is the first park I ever built. I'm not so good in building coasters. They're not so smooth as I wish they would be, but I have put much effort in the scenery, so I hope you like it anyway.
Yeah. Let's
Sorry,
begin the spotlight. Here we go.
Willkommen to Abenteuerland.
All right.
Tickets.
Love the music.
like the
Oh, it's a wheel of fate.
Oh, your favorite ride, Luke.
Happy, 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 happy. It's a wimpy 24. The scurvy village. So shanty.
Me like it.
Yeah, we just did a pirate park last week, and we're saying how hard it is to do pirate, and then we realized how many pirate parks we're sitting on.
Yeah.
We got a lot of. Whoa!
Whoa.
I teleported. How'd that even happen?
Steering wheel.
Oh, that's neat. Hey,
What? Oh, a twisty turny.
you get to read them all.
Coco der kleine Dschungeldrache.
Perfect.
Yeah, the jungle dragon.
Jungle Dragon.
Oh, it's a. Oh, it was a. Okay, I thought it was a different coaster. I don't know. Why.
Red, orange, and green across the board.
It's like a traffic light.
Boom. We're going in track view. I can see where you struggled, like you said that coasters aren't your smoothest, and we'll have to do like a little smoothing tutorial at the very, very end of the video.
Yeah, and I don't get it because I think if you just have selected like even the first like 10 meters of track, if you would have just selected that and pressed smooth for like 2 or 3 times, I think it would have been smooth.
Exactly, and that's also why I don't understand how people struggle with smoothing coasters and Planet Coaster, because it's literally the easiest thing to do. They have the easiest coaster making tools. Wow, this is a really awesome area.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go over it at the end there. Hey, look at that, the Tarzan.
Tarzan. This
is wicked. I love the.
Oh wait, is that a ride skin behind you?
Huh?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
That's cool.
Hey, a little repetitive on the planters.
A little bit. But still, I think your scenery is pretty cool. Look at
Whoa.
this. No, you just copied a couple of times. I
Yeah,
mean,
the creativity is just
fun.
crazy.
Yeah. All the layers in that thing to the left.
We have a coaster there. Trying to figure out how we get in there. There we go.
I love this music.
Okay, what do we have here? Go for it.
We have got cannon shoes.
Cannon
Or
shoes.
cannon shot.
It's a Zenith.
Cannon shoe.
Hey, there's look at all the stats. Lateral G's are through the roof.
Fatality.
Definitely. Super short. You know what? I think we're just going to do the coaster tutorial now. And what I want to show is the heat maps. If you go to your results, you go over to your heat maps, and then you go to your lateral Gs, you can see a real-time live data of your lateral Gs. And you can see it's starting to go in the purple there. You don't really, you want to try to keep it under 3. That's reasonable there. It's getting a little heavy over there. And that's where you're really going bad. It's still pretty...
I think there, in the last turn, just before, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty brutal there.
A little...
Boom. And there. Oh, that's real bad.
That's where it is. Okay.
Yeah, so if you want to fix that, and then, I mean, yeah.
You could just do another loop to the left just before the end, and then make it go back.
Yeah.
It runs out of speed a little bit, right?
Yeah, so it's all said there. You're going to end up deleting this track, and you're going to have to bring it back around.
I mean, I think you even have speed for another non-inverted something.
Yeah, for sure. I think you could do a lot more with this coaster. But so you can hodgepodge things back in, but this is where the smooth all, look how good the smooth all is.
No, okay.
But you can do that. You can get away. You can get away with stuff in this game, and then just fix it after, right? You could.
It was just amazing.
But about the smoothing tutorial, you could just take pieces and crank them, right? And not like you can get messy with it. Like you saw how I fixed the end piece there. But that's how good the smoothing tool is in this game. Whoops, that's fine. But then you can grab this from that transition to over here. I mean that part's like so extreme. We need to bring that back in. If anything, I probably even consider deleting this. But yeah, the moral of the story is we need to bring the coaster back around and do some more with it. Turning it back into the station from here was too much. And this might not be the best solution, but you could bring it maybe around here, you know? Just do something else with it. And the smoothing transitions between some of these areas, you could always just push the track, right? Grab that middle bit, push it over, and then you can grab all that. And while it's wiggly wonky right now, we hit that smooth all and you clean that transition. And again, looking at the lateral Gs, it's gonna be even better than before. Nice and crisp. So that smooth all is definitely gonna be your friend in the future.
No.
Boom. Okay, let's go on some more coasters.
Yes. I like that building in front. Yeah.
It's a great station.
Done up at all. Something like Donner Brew. Ton.
Really awesome station.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a look at all the stats. We have a wooden gnarler. Anything that stands out to us here? I mean, it gets a pass. I think it gets a pass.
Yeah. I mean, simulation-wise, you know, of course, yeah. It's fine.
I think this coaster would give even better examples of smoothing, especially, you see how this is so linear? It's like flat here, flat here, flat here. If we take this track and we maybe grab it from about there to there and we hit smooth all, it should make that a better transition. And if you go even higher, it should bring that up a little bit.
I just hope that it went now on the bottom there, that it's not
too...
I always see it as like a harmonica, you know, one of those handheld thingies.
Yeah?
You know, where you then just get squeezed in the car almost.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think that's too bad, but even there, see? Easing into the banking, look how much smoother that is, right? And then as we're coming down here, it'll create like a perfect shape. Like it'll round it. You can smooth just the turn if you want, and it'll pull that turn in, and then it doesn't mess with your banking. If you want, you can overbank it and then smooth the banking after. And then I'd say the banking here, we felt it shift. Like the car just turned, right? So you can kind of ease into it a little bit more. See how it's starting to bank now? That's immediately gonna be better. See that? So those little, you know, and it's really not that much work. And I would say even this part, you wanna, because we're going straight, then we're just like, boom, now we're going up. So I would probably bring it to about there. And then that way we're starting to go up that lift a little, see that? We're not just like shooting up it like a skateboard ramp, you know? And even here between these two, because it's just like you get to the bottom and then you turn. And that's where you really need the smooth banking, and it's gonna ease us into that. And you can smooth all, and it'll bring that down. If anything, I would even do that. It would bring the top of the lift down. You get a little bit of an air time there. And then coming around here, you could just smooth that whole thing.
Yeah. Wanna ride it again?
Should we? Yeah, I guess not. Why not?
That's what's right.
I still feel like it needs more work, though.
Yeah, that first part.
That part needed a little bit more as well. That part's looking better. Still needs some work. More gradual. Could use a little bit more banking and smoothing there. But it's an improvement.
Yeah.
So it's not, you can see I spent like, what, 2 minutes on that? And we're already seeing improvements. Between that, you still need some more banking in certain areas, and you can go a little bit more radical with it and then even it out after. So hopefully that feedback helps you with your coaster smoothing, and I think we'll leave it there, because basically everything we talked about, you can apply it to all your other coasters. Go-karts?
Oh,
Well, we don't have guests in the park, but we can give it a little...
Oh, I like that.
Whoa. Or rocks. Dodgy dodgems.
Nice.
I like the elevation on this go-kart track.
Yes. But also the scenery. I mean, it's
No, it's great.
good. I like that circle with the vegetation. There, yeah, on the right.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's nice.
Absolutely. This is a very fun park. That log flume looks insane. Look at the drop on that log flume. Holy
What's on the
moly.
right? Is that temple? Is there anything there? Quetzalcoatl?
That's the log
Oh,
flume.
that is the log flume.
Okay. Chopper's Creek.
Ah, it's only 7 vertical Gs.
What? Oh my god, 62 miles per hour on a log flume.
Get ready to fly.
Catch a ride!
Catch a flume.
What is that? We need to switch perspectives here. Dude, this is gonna be the world's craziest log flume.
Yeah, probably. That's nice.
The problem with the log flume is you can't smooth out the bottom, so you have to make sure your lifts aren't, or your drops aren't too long. And this drop looks Insane! Boom! Turn! Oh! Death.
Wow.
That's
It's cool though. It gave me a bit of a rush.
Look at this. That looks so painful.
It's like a bullet. Oh, this is cool.
My God.
This. That's cool.
So happy. Oh, it hurt. This perspective's barely working out for us.
Ah, that's fine.
Just shaving our heads a little. I needed a haircut.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That was one memorable log flume.
Yeah, it was. It's nice. I like this. A lot of scenery, things to look at.
That lift hill.
Yes.
Get ready for round 2.
Sure. Hit it. Just dive into the boarding station. Wow. Oh. That was a bit better.
Not as bad as the first one, but here we go. That's the thing with the log flume is you can't smooth that, I don't think.
Yeah. Alright.
Can you? I'm pretty sure.
I don't know,
you-
let's have a look after. I'm not sure.
Should we rip through this?
I haven't used it too much. It's a long line.
It is.
the
Exploration
scenery's
log flume. Oh my God, these lifts. Hello, friend.
I mean, you get your money's worth.
Yeah, and you have to pay for the hospital bill. Okay, let's see this, because I don't think you can smooth this.
Oh, you can. Yeah. Smooth off.
No, it doesn't smooth upward though. Yeah, there's no way of fixing that angle. Oh crap, we've screwed up the stats. I'd have to run that through. What I was gonna say is, you know, the Planet Coaster stats, while it might be green across the board, it lies to you. So there's a couple things that, like I said, with the heat maps that you can keep an eye on, and that's going to be your lateral G-forces and your vertical, or that's your lateral. So this is your vertical. See that's just, there's the only way to fix that is to make the drop not as extreme, because it's building up to 60, 70 miles an hour, and then it's, so that's literally going to kill everybody right there. Generally speaking, you want to make sure it doesn't go over like 6, and I mean, even 6 is pretty extreme, but like if you've gone over 6s, that's too extreme. And with the lateral, you don't really want to go over 3, so that's a little bit extreme because of the speed that we have going around there. And then how is the second one? I guess we haven't gotten there yet. But with the log flume, it's obviously different than a coaster, so you will have less control over these things, but the same thing applies to your coasters. Being able to look at these stats, seeing where it's, you know, lighting up, and it's not so bad there, but then the vertical is pretty extreme.
Yeah.
So it's still a massive drop. So you just got to keep things a little bit more mild on these. But yeah, take that same thought process and apply it to your coasters. A lot of people will look at things and they'll just at the end go, okay, it's green across the board. But I would try to ignore that. And even like the excitement and fear it's pretty misleading. Because while this is extremely scary around the corner, it's going to average that out because it's green everywhere else. and you know, at the end it'll be like, it's good. Yet, if you've broken your neck and shit your pants around this corner, it doesn't matter if it averages it out. That's going to be the most terrifying thing ever. But then at the same time, if you look at the excitement, it's like that's super fun to them. So it doesn't make sense. It's an oxymoron. So that's why I try to avoid looking at the excitement and the fear, because it doesn't give you a best indication. What you really want to keep an eye on is these lateral and vertical G-forces, and even the forward ones once in a while. But
if you want to do the big drops, you just got to divide them. So either you do like a flat part halfway down.
This should have been 3 drops instead of 1.
Or you just turn it and you go through a cave and then you go down again and something like that.
Exactly. Yep. Okay. Still plenty more park here. I feel like we've wound back. We checked out all this. We went over here. There's still that. Oh no, we did go on that one. Okay. So let's head on down through here.
Fort. Festung.
Hey.
Oh, man himself.
It's for that thing.
It's a pretty nice castle.
I had somebody puke on this when I was in queue, and it just went everywhere. It barely missed me too. Yeah. Oh. I like those rides though.
Yeah. What do you think?
No, it's really cool, especially from this angle. Yeah. Derek Kraken. Wait a second. What do we have here? Typhoon Bogcast. Okay. So yeah, again, the stats are a little bit crazy in some spots. We can take a look at the heat maps after and figure out exactly what's causing that. Okay, we gotta speed up that lift. It's at like 4 miles an hour. I can already see where the crazy spots are just from riding it.
For sure.
And that is, if you can't tell, you just don't have the eye for it. I mean, I can tell that's like one of the the verticals.
And there was this wiggly bit.
Yeah.
Like super wiggly.
I mean, that is going to be lateral as well. Even there, that lateral spot. Let's take a look at the heat maps and see.
I did like the
starting with the lateral, which is going to be your turning. We can go to the previous data run. So yeah, pretty hot and heavy around here. Pretty hot and heavy around there. So you like what?
No, that's also when you use the small make them.
You're cutting
because
out.
those are those you use the smallest pre-made piece. So
Right.
you like scaled it down to the smallest size, and then yeah, that's what you get. You know.
Yeah.
Just too much speed.
This one would be pretty tricky to fix because of those pieces are so small. You need to give the coaster more room to breathe, especially for how big your lift is and how much speed this coaster's getting. What are the max speeds on this? So that's 60 miles an hour. It's not insane. I mean, you could smooth this part out, which is going to fix it. You're just going to have to stretch these pieces out more. So you can even go in here and grab some of these pre-made pieces, and you can scale them up, which will help. But then you have to come in here and scale this up as well, and then it's going to cause all these issues. So now you have to smooth in between, but then you can't really do that because it's one pre-made into another. So you'd have to pretty much delete that and rework it, and that's the only way about going about it. Now, one tip while we're at it, that lift, if you stretch out the lift and you grab it to the bottom, you can go into here and you can see the chain speed was at 4 miles per hour. I called it. It's 14 now, and now you're gonna get straight up that lift better, because those lifts will take a minute to get up if you don't do that. But yeah, that one definitely needs the most work out of all your coasters so far. So I would probably just rethink things and the layout a little bit more.
Yeah, and give yourself some more space.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
Probably a thing you want to look at. I mean, I did like the crack and the trigger timing was really good.
I mean, you have a lot of open space here, so in terms of the actual layout here, you come flying out here. I'd bring that inversion up higher so it's not whipping through there as quick. This part's probably fine, and then you can probably bring it over and around the ship, you know?
Yeah.
And because you have all this space to play with. So I feel like you're just trying to scramble it all up into one area when you could really let that breathe, as Zell said. So we have another coaster here. It's a Wild Mouse. Let's look at the results. This one's a little bit more on the mild side compared to the other ones. Let's see how it goes. Okay. For me, my bits of feedback were to unlock and relock your mouse spins, because this is a spinning coaster after all, and you never actually spun it. So you can use the locking mechanism, right? So when you can unlock it so it spins around the corner, or you can lock it when it's going straight again and then unlock it as it's going into the spin, or you can unlock it as it's coming out of the spin. So that way it spins into the next one and locks again. In order to do that, you're gonna have to stretch these out more, because then you can't lock and relock because it doesn't have enough room to go straight. So I'd have to bring that out more, and then that would give you a little bit more control over the locking mechanism, but you didn't utilize it at all. But definitely, and then you had one spot where you came down the lift and we clipped the coaster train.
Where the train is now.
Yeah, right there. But good control of the speed, and just a little bit of smoothing around the end here, and then you're good. Other than that, it's pretty solid. Okay, looks like we have one final coaster.
Fortress.
We didn't go through the fortress?
Yeah, no, there where the flat ride is in the back. There, yeah. Caribbean Village.
I gotta say, I love their theming throughout this park.
Yeah.
And
Also like how you integrated flat rides.
Yes. So you did say you struggled with your coasters. You said that straight out of the get-go, and that's why we're taking the time in this episode to give you as much coaster feedback as possible. And I think with that said, there's a lot that you can learn from that, I hope. And I hope we did a good job of giving as much feedback as we could. And with that, can't wait to see what you do next, because your theming is good, and now your coaster should be improved. So your next creation should have a good mixture between amazing theming and improved coasters. So that should be exciting to see what you do. So there's a look at all the stats, and let's get on it. Boomerang. how crazy that first and last inversion feels coming through there. You know?
But I really love flying. I mean, the stats, yes, they're way too high, but I mean, I love the feeling flying through this village.
Yeah, it's great.
It's really good.
So we can agree that your theming is really cool. You have separate areas. You've done a really good job of making a multi-themed pirate area. Every area feels slightly different than the rest. So your theming is impeccable. You have some work to do on your coasters. The log flume definitely needs some work. It's a little too extreme. Lower your drops. And with that said, you're good at the theming, so kind of stick to what you're good at and make a more mild experience. Everything doesn't have to be extreme, you know? The log flume, if it would have taken us around and through some of these temples a little bit more, and you could just work on that theming, some of the areas were actually really good, you know? So,
Yeah.
and with that, if you're ever struggling with coasters, if you're a theme park maker out there and you're like, I just not good at this coaster stuff, play with the flat rides, you know, make more of those mild experiences, do some dark rides in some caves and stuff like that.
Yes.
And just, you know, make some more relaxing experiences. As we saw from that Dragon Park that we featured a couple weeks ago, there's not a single coaster. The whole thing was dark rides, and it was one of my favorite parks. So you don't have to be the best at coasters, just make an exceptionally well-themed park. And you did that here. So hopefully with some of the feedback that we gave you on your coasters, you'll tackle it again, and we'll see another creation from Kalypso in the future. You're also a non-Discord member, so come join us on Discord. Get creating on these coasters, maybe make a blueprint, share the screenshots with the community, get some feedback on it, and submit just a singular coaster blueprint to the Coaster Spotlight channel so we can feature that, and we can see if you've made those improvements or not.
Yeah, that's true. In Discord, a lot of people linked, you know, that will help you for sure.
Yeah, yep, that's what the community is there for. Everyone's super helpful. Don't be shy. I know some people are really shy getting into Discord, but once they get in there, they're like, why wasn't I doing this sooner? So, and you don't have to own the game. It's open to the public. You can come in and just hang out. If you don't own the game, you won't get a rank. So, you know, if you're looking to improve your skills and stuff like that, share your workshop. The moderators will give you a rank right away as long as you fill out the form. All the rules and stuff are there outlined once you get into the announcements channel. Boom. So there you guys go. What did you think? Leave your comments down below for Kalypso on his first ever creation here and first spotlight. I think it's a strong effort and a fun pirate park. And yeah, that's gonna do it for us here today on Park Spotlight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for watching. We hope you have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye now.
Bye now.